What did ancient humans actually eat? There was never one paleo diet. Perhaps the biggest misconception is that prehistoric humans shared a universal diet. They didn't. A person living near the Arctic 25,000 years ago ate almost entirely animal foods. Someone in tropical Africa ate fruits, tubers, nuts, insects, honey, fish, and occasional meat. People along coastlines consumed huge amounts of shellfish. Mountain tribes survived on completely different foods. The paleo diet was actually thousands of local diets. Humans didn't evolve for one menu. They evolved to adapt to almost any menu. That flexibility became our greatest survival advantage. 2. Plants were often more important than meat. Hunting receives most of the attention because it's dramatic. Gathering quietly kept people alive. Modern hunter-gatherer studies show that women often supplied more daily calories than hunters. Roots, seeds, tubers, berries, leaves, wild grains, nuts. These foods provided reliable energy. A successful hunt was exciting. A basket full of edible roots was dependable. Dependability usually wins evolution. 3. Ancient humans were professional food chemists. Early humans rarely ate plants exactly as they found them. Many wild plants contain toxins. So people developed sophisticated techniques. Soaking, roasting, fermenting, grinding, leaching, drying, smoking. These methods removed poisons and unlocked nutrients. Cooking wasn't merely about taste. It was a technology for transforming dangerous plants into safe calories. Knowledge passed from one generation to another was as valuable as the food itself. 4. Cooking changed human biology. Cooking acts like external digestion. Heat breaks apart tough fibers. Proteins unfold. Starches become easier to digest. Calories become more available. Your body spends less energy chewing and digesting. That extra energy could support a larger brain. Some anthropologists argue that fire was one of humanity's greatest biological innovations. Without cooking, our brains might never have become so large. 5. Ancient humans loved fat more than meat. When modern people imagine hunting, they picture steaks. Ancient hunters often wanted fat even more. Lean meat contains lots of protein but relatively little energy. Animal fat contains over twice the calories. Bone marrow, brain tissue, organ fat, kidney fat. These were prized foods. Many groups even fed lean muscle meat to dogs while saving fatty organs for themselves. Calories mattered more than appearance. 6. Honey was ancient candy. Sugar wasn't invented. It was discovered. Honey was one of the richest natural energy sources available. Hunter-gatherers often climbed dangerous cliffs to collect it. Some groups obtain over 15% of their yearly calories from honey. Children especially loved it. Our attraction to sweetness probably evolved because sugary foods were rare and valuable. Modern supermarkets simply overwhelm an ancient instinct. 7. Insects were superfoods. Many modern societies reject insects. Ancient humans often embraced them. Termites, grasshoppers, beetle larvae, ants, caterpillars. These foods contain complete protein, healthy fats, iron, zinc, vitamin B12. In many environments, insects were easier to collect than large animals. Ignoring insects gives a distorted picture of prehistoric diets. 8. Ancient humans ate hundreds of plant species. Today, most calories come from only a handful of crops. Rice, wheat, corn, soy, potatoes. Ancient diets were astonishingly diverse. Some groups consumed more than 200 different edible plants throughout the year. Seasonal variety naturally diversified vitamins, minerals, fiber, and beneficial plant compounds. Our ancestors probably experienced far greater nutritional diversity than most modern people. 9. Scarcity was normal. Food wasn't available 3 times a day. There were seasons. Droughts. Failed hunts. Harsh winters. Storms. People naturally alternated between abundance and scarcity. The human body evolved remarkable systems for storing energy, conserving calories, and functioning during fasting. Constant abundance is evolutionarily unusual. 10. Fermentation is older than agriculture. Many people assume fermentation began with farming. Evidence suggests much older origins. Naturally fermented fruits, honey, roots, and stored foods likely became common accidentally. People noticed these foods lasted longer, tasted different, and sometimes became easier to digest. Long before laboratories understood microbes, ancient humans were already partnering with them. 11. Your gut microbiome once looked completely different. Modern industrial diets dramatically reduced microbial diversity. Ancient humans constantly encountered soil bacteria, wild plants, fresh water, animal microbes, fermented foods, environmental microorganisms. Their gut ecosystems were likely far richer than ours. Scientists increasingly suspect that losing microbial diversity may influence immune disorders, allergies, and some chronic diseases. 12. Food was medicine. Ancient humans rarely separated nutrition from healing. Certain bitter plants reduced parasites. Specific tree barks eased pain. Leaves treated wounds. Clay absorbed toxins. Smoke preserved food while reducing harmful microbes. Much traditional medicine began as careful observation accumulated over thousands of years. 13. Ancient humans didn't waste animals. After a successful hunt, nearly everything had value. Muscle became food. Bones became tools. Tendons became cordage. Skin became clothing. Brains helped tan leather. Marrow became nourishment. Stomachs became containers. Nothing useful was discarded. Efficiency wasn't philosophy. It was survival. 14. Agriculture made humans shorter, at first. One surprising archaeological finding is that many early farming populations became less healthy than some hunter-gatherers. Early agriculture often relied heavily on a few staple grains. That meant less dietary diversity, more infectious disease from permanent settlements, greater crop failure risk, increased tooth decay, occasional nutrient deficiencies. Only much later did agriculture create the large food surpluses that supported cities, science, writing, and civilization. 15. Ancient diets were shaped more by knowledge than by nature. 2 forests may contain identical plants. One tribe starves. The other thrives. Why? Because survival depended on accumulated cultural knowledge. Which berries become poisonous after frost? Which roots require roasting? Which mushrooms are deadly? When fish migrate? Where bees nest? Culture became humanity's greatest survival tool. Knowledge itself became food. The deepest insight. The greatest lesson from ancient diets isn't that we should copy them exactly. It's that humans evolved to be extraordinarily adaptable. Our ancestors survived ice ages, deserts, rainforests, coastlines, grasslands, and mountains, not because they found one perfect diet, but because they learned, shared knowledge, cooperated, experimented, and adapted. In many ways, the defining human food isn't meat, plants, or grains. It's culture, the accumulated wisdom that transforms the environment into nourishment. Cooking, preserving, sharing recipes, teaching children what is safe to eat, and continually adapting to changing conditions allowed humans to thrive in nearly every habitat on Earth.